Welcome to another episode of
Jon Do Cars.
Today we're looking at this high mileage hero BMW E46 Coupe E46.
We're going to see what it's all about.
Let's do it.
Can't stop, but I wanna stop thinking about you. I take a hit and you light it up. What if it won't fall through? Can't you just tell me what to do? I'm higher than before, not safe anymore. Ever since I met you, I caught fire.
Okay,
Hello, everybody.
it's a very chilly January afternoon now, sorry.
Join us in a E46 330D
330CD, I think technically.
Coupe Diesel. This is an 04 model and it is a facelift.
That means we've got the LED rear lights, we've got the M Sport bumper, well, because it's an M Sport.
Yeah, M Sport package basically,
New headlights and shit.
which gives you this tasty black roof lining, which I bloody love. I don't know why I love it so much, but I just love black roof linings.
We've got the 3 litre straight 6 diesel, I don't know what the engine code is.
Yeah.
3 litre straight 6 diesel, not the 2.9, which was the pre-facelift.
The
Well,
six-
never actually came in the coupe.
It's the 6-speed in this one, which is
6-speed manual, very notchy, nice direct action there.
absolutely.
Oh, you bastard! This is on coilovers, so it's a little bit stiff.
Yeah, we've got coilies, we've got 5 Series BBS OEM wheels, the splits. It sits quite nice and wide.
This baby has done 200,000 miles. We were about to say, this car's been to the moon and back, but then we realised how far the moon actually is away. It's 250,000 miles, so that analogy doesn't work.
So we're going to basically put it through its paces, so to speak, and to see how an E46 with this amount of miles on fares in today's world.
Yeah. So,
It's comfy. We've got the full leather seats in here, electric leathers, which I quite like.
yeah.
I've got an E91 and that's got full leathers, but they're not electric.
No. My Mercedes is full electric, but they're cloth
Yeah.
and stained.
So it's a nice touch.
It's a nice comfy car.
M Sport steering wheel, which is quite nice.
Nice horn.
Nice and thick.
This car belongs to Ross, the owner of Slip and Grip Automotive. Worked with Ross a couple of times and
It's a great dude.
hopefully continue to do so. Nice guy. Thank you very much for lending us the car yet again.
Mucho appreciado.
I've always had a bit of a thing about the 330D. I like the whole thing of it's, fairly, relatively big, relatively powerful diesel engine in a fairly sporty car. I've always quite liked that. 330D basically defined this segment of the market of sort of powerful, torquey, but sporty diesels. Since then, obviously, Mercedes got in on the act, Audi a lot of the time as well. But the 330D was really the thing that kicked it off, I think. How does she drive then? The E46 3 Series, or any 3 Series really, is a driver's car. Well, she drives very nicely. Like we said before, this one's got some coilovers and a few other trick bits and bobs. But I mean, the essence of the 3 Series is still here. And road holding is good. It's nice and direct. The turn-in is very crisp. In terms of power, I mean, we don't know how much power this one's making. Like I say, it's a few modifications, but nothing crazy. And it's fast enough.
The sound of the engine
Yeah.
is lovely. For a 6-cylinder, you'd expect it to be lovely, but for a diesel, you think, okay, it's a diesel. But this one sounds absolutely great.
It sounds a really nice sounding car.
These are in.
sounds really nice.
Smooth, growly, 6-cylinder noise that is just so enticing from BMWs. They do such a good job in making you feel satisfied when you put your foot down in these cars. The sound just resonates through you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's just lovely.
And like, along with the sound is the fact that it revs so freely for a diesel.
Yeah.
It revs pretty much as good as a straight 6 petrol 3 Series.
Super
It's
responsive.
Just, yeah, really nice. It feels like it's got quite a light flywheel. But if you compare this to, say, my car, which is a 5-cylinder diesel, and your car, which is a 4-cylinder diesel, it just revs so much freer.
Oh god,
and so much quicker.
My 4-cylinder diesel don't rev at all.
So let's see. Can't go too crazy. It's quite busy, but like, yeah, turn-in is crisp. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's not an awful lot of. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of inertia. There's not a lot of body roll or anything. You just sort of you turn the wheel and it responds. And again, the balance front to back is very, very nice. This one's quite slippy on the rear.
Yep.
And whoop. Hello. Let's have a look. Yeah, again, turn-in is strong. Grip levels are pretty good. Who doesn't like the E46 BMW?
Who doesn't like it? I don't think I've met anybody that doesn't like the E46.
No, it's a great looking car, well balanced. They're now pretty cheap. I think this one only cost, I think 1,500 quid, 1,600 quid, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Good value. One thing I would say about the mileage is that where it shows
cosmetically,
it's feel like on the road it feels fine. I mean, this has all got poly bushes, so it would feel tight. I would imagine if it's still on the original rubber bushes, it would probably feel a bit floppy. I feel like I've bonded with this car.
That's good, I'm glad.
Like, it just feels really natural, do you know what I mean? Like, the driving position, all the controls, the engine, like, the balance, the handling.
Balance?
Like, it's just a nice car to drive. And I still think, okay, it doesn't look new anymore, but I still think this shape E46, especially the facelift,
it looks good.
Great looking car.
Great looking car.
Like, the proportions are perfect.
Yeah, it still looks really sporty. It looks really smart at the same time.
Yeah, I think this was the best. I know this isn't M3, but I think the E46 was the best looking M3.
I think it's retained its age quite well.
Yeah.
I mean, what's this, 14 years old?
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Which is mental, and it still looks really good. So it's a credit to the foresight of the BMW engineers there.
BMW! Yeah,
BMW,
motherfucking yeah. 330 CD, whatever get.
Yeah.
Oh,
sounds lush, man.
You just, yeah.
It's the nicest diesel I've ever heard.
I mean, yeah, me too. Like, so Johnny's jumped to the driver's seat.
Wicked. First impressions, like you said, Ben, it does feel very nice. Like, it tries to accommodate you as a driver. Seating position's good, steering wheel's good, nice and chunky. I know what you mean now about the gear lever being really, even for my really lanky arms.
His arms are well long.
Well long. So like, if I do my arm span like longer than that, it's like more than my height, and it's not meant to be. So I'm super lanky. But even for that, it's really the ergonomic positioning of the steering wheel and the gear lever combined. It's just lovely, Ben. I do like the steering wheel. It's exactly the same steering wheel as in the E91 that I've got, but it's just nice and chunky.
It is chunky, isn't it?
Yeah. What do you think from the passenger side, Ben?
It's nice. Like, I'm comfy. Like, I haven't got the seat all the way back, I don't think, but I've got plenty of leg room. Like, I'm nice. Again, I'm quite nice and low, and I like that. Like, low down, comfy. Again, I could happily like go to sleep on a long journey.
Yeah. Oh, I love BMWs, man. Like,
there's a cliche thing to say, but they do have a specific sort of
personality.
Yeah, feel. Like, BMWs feel like BMWs.
Yeah.
You know,
and that is a good thing.
Yeah.
They feel great.
They're sort of their DNA, if you want to call it that.
Now, I have been in some like lesser spec BMWs, and you don't quite get that in them. It's like a 116 1 Series, for instance. You lose some of that DNA in it.
Yeah.
So they do kind of keep that in the higher end of their cars, like the M Sports and the M3s and things like that. And it's just such a lovely trait to have. It just feels so good.
So, here's a conclusion for y'all.
Both got smiles on our faces.
Do you like this car, Johnny?
For the amount of mileage on it, and the price point of the car, the way it drives, the way it still pulls, the feel it still gives you, you wouldn't know it's got 200,000 miles on it if you were just driving it. The only thing you can tell it's got this amount of miles on it is just the aesthetics.
Yeah.
All the little bits that you could do some work about quite easily, quite cheaply, and make it look mint again.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
My sort of conclusion, summary, whatever you want to call it, is like this is a nice car. It's a nice driver's car, even though it's a diesel. Like, if anyone has still got hang-ups about diesels, just get over it, mate. It's 2018.
Get over it. Drive a nice diesel, and your perspective on the world will be changed forever.
Like, really nice engine. It's got a nice balance. I like the interior. I like the driving position. I like the ergonomics. It sounds great. Like,
I mean, just listen to the sound. Oh my goodness.
Oh. E46 330D Coupe, high mileage hero.
Is a bit of a winner.
Yeah, absolutely. I like it a lot.
We want to say a massive shout out to Ross from Slip and Grip Automotive. There we go.
Very good, very lovely.
Really appreciate you lending us the car. Massive, massive appreciation for that.
All the usual stuff. Please like, subscribe, and share if you like the video.
Don't forget.
Check out the rest of our videos as well. We've got some exciting stuff coming up in the next month or two. So be sure to subscribe to get a load of that.
Yeah.
Check out bjdocars.com to buy a couple of t-shirts and hoodies and stuff, help support what we do, and also just to get latest news on what we're up to and things like that.
Yes.
And yeah, we'll see you on the next video.
Yeah. Peace.
Let's do it. Cinna Johnny's. Yes. Holy shit, the world's burning.